Are you dreaming of the perfect camper van life? Freedom, adventure, endless open roads. Well, what if I told you that one wrong decision could turn your dream into a nightmare? Don't wait for years of van life to make all the mistakes. Here are the 5 biggest camper van regrets you wish to know before buying one. Stick around. Number 3 will save you thousands. Now, you might ask, what could be the first mistake? Well, let me tell you, it's picking the wrong size van. Too big and you'll struggle with parking and gas. Too small and you'll crawl over your partner at 3 a.m. just to pee. Picking the wrong size van is like choosing shoes 3 sizes too big. You'll trip over your own freedom. But don't panic. Here's exactly how to nail your decision so you're not crying into your steering wheel later. Consider your travel style. Not all vans are created equal, and your dream rig depends entirely on who's living in it. Are you a solo traveler? A compact van like a Ford Transit Connect or Nissan NV200 is your best friend. You'll zip through city streets, sneak into parking spots, and still have just enough room for a bed, mini kitchen, and your ego. But try stuffing a partner in there. You'll be arguing over elbow space before the first gas stop. Are you a couple? Midsize vans like the Mercedes Sprinter, Ram ProMaster, Ford Transit Medium Roof are in the Goldilocks zone. Enough space for a real bed, a decent kitchen, and maybe even a toilet without needing a commercial driver's license to park the thing. Skip the massive RVs unless you enjoy 3-point turns that take 10 minutes. Full-time living or family trips. Go big or go home, literally. A high-roof extended van like the Ford Transit long wheelbase, Sprinter 170-inch for example, gives room for standing, real storage, and sanity. But be warned, bigger vans mean worse gas mileage, fewer stealth camping options, and the constant fear of low bridges. Test before you buy. You wouldn't marry someone after one date, so why buy a van without a test run? Rent before you commit. Websites like Outdoorsy or RV Share let you test drive van life for a weekend. Spend 48 hours in a similar model, and you'll quickly realize if the bed's too short, the kitchen's unstable, or if you hate crawling into an overhead bunk at 2 a.m. Lie down in it, literally. Before signing any papers, unfold the bed or throw down a sleeping bag and pretend it's midnight. Can you sit up without headbutting the ceiling? Is there room to change clothes without dislocating a hip? If not, walk away. Think about stealth. Dreaming of urban adventures? Then blending in is non-negotiable. Smaller equals sneakier. A plain white cargo van with minimal windows screams delivery driver, not free lodging. Meanwhile, a decked-out Sprinter with rooftop solar and a kayak rack? That's a neon sign saying, please ticket me. Avoid the look at me builds. Fancy paint jobs, exterior lights, and loud graphics attract attention, and not the good kind. If you plan to park overnight in cities, keep it boring on the outside. Save the personality for the interior. Nothing kills the vibe faster than your van dying in the middle of nowhere. And guess what? Most breakdowns, preventable. Buying a van without a proper inspection is like marrying a stranger after one date. You're just begging for drama. Sure, that vintage VW bus looks cute, but is it hiding a rusted-out death trap underneath? Here's how to avoid financial and emotional ruin. Get a pre-purchase inspection or prepare for bankruptcy. That $150 inspection fee, it's the best insurance policy you'll ever have. Why is it non-negotiable? A mechanic doesn't just kick the tires and call it a day. They'll crawl under the van, scan for engine codes, and spot disasters before they become disasters. Found a leaking head gasket, failing transmission? Walk away and save yourself a $5,000 repair bill. Where to get one? No, your uncle who knows cars doesn't count. Take it to a specialized diesel mechanic for Sprinters, Transits, or a trusted auto shop. If the seller refuses, red flag. They're either hiding something or hoping you're dumb enough to buy a rolling scrap heap. Some van problems hide in plain sight until they leave you stranded on the side of the road with an empty wallet. Here's exactly where to look so you don't end up buying a rolling rust bucket. Rust. A little surface rust, no big deal. But if you see scaly, bubbling paint or holes, that van's already in hospice. Focus on these death zones. Undercarriage. This is where road salt and moisture party like it's 1999. Look for flaking metal, patchy repairs, or Swiss cheese holes. If the frame looks like it's been through a zombie apocalypse, run. Wheel wells. Mud and debris get trapped here, accelerating rot. Peel back any liners and check for crumbling metal or sketchy DIY fixes like Bondo over rust. Windshield seals. Soft, cracked seals mean leaks, and leaks mean mold. Electrical fires, and a very sad van life. Stick your finger along the edges if it feels mushy. Water's already getting in. Transmission history. No records? Assume it's on life support. Diesel vans like Sprinters can handle 200,000 plus miles if maintained. Gas vans? over 150,000 miles with no rebuilding history is like a ticking time bomb. You should listen for any grinding, delayed shifting, or a whining noise. It sounds like a dying robot. Walk away. Mileage versus age. Low miles but old? Probably sat rotting in a field. High miles but new? It's been running to the ground. The ideal combo: moderate miles or under 120K for gas, under 200K for diesel, plus recent service records. Skip these checks and you'll be the next sob story or on a subreddit about van life. Don't be that guy. You know what sucks? Spending months on a beautiful van build only to realize that nothing is where you need it. What should you do instead? Prioritize your must-haves. Let's start with the big one, your must-haves. These aren't your Pinterest dreams or your would-be nice ideas. We're talking about the things that make your life easier. If you love cooking, then listen up. You need counter space. Not kind of need it, need it. You need that wide, glorious stretch of surface to chop, prep, and spread out all your ingredients like a joyful mess. On the flip side, if clutter makes your skin crawl, you'll want to think about hidden storage options right from the start. Think of sleek cabinets, drawers in places you didn't even know drawers could go, and multi-purpose furniture that holds more than meets the eye. The goal is to tailor your design to you. Forget what's trendy if it doesn't suit your lifestyle. Focus on function over flashy. Your future self will thank you every single day. Test before you build. This might sound silly, but trust us, it's genius. Before you spend a single cent on custom cabinets or new furniture, mock it up. Grab some cardboard boxes, painter's tape, or even stacks of laundry baskets, whatever you've got, and physically test the layout. Walk through your new kitchen or renovated office like you're living in it. Open imaginary drawers, pretend to cook dinner, and sit down at your fake desk. Sounds weird, feels smart. You'll instantly spot things that don't work, like that narrow walkway or the fridge door that hits the counter. It's way easier to change cardboard than real walls. So live in the idea before you build it. You'll catch issues early and save yourself a ton of headaches and money later. Vertical space equals gold. Here's the one thing no one talks about enough. Vertical space is your secret weapon. We're talking walls, ceilings, even under your floors if you're feeling fancy. Every inch counts when you're trying to make a space work for you. Magnetic knife strips in the kitchen? Yes, please. Fold-down desks that disappear when not in use? Game changer. Hanging nets or baskets from the ceiling for lightweight items? Underrated and awesome. Even your closet can go vertical double hanging rods, stacked shelves, hooks galore. It's all about thinking up, just not out. Especially if you're working with a small space, this is where creativity shines. The more you can get off your floors and out of your way, the bigger and more breathable your home will feel. So instead of diving headfirst into expensive design decisions based on what looks cool on social media, take a step back and ask yourself, what do I need? How does my space need to function? Then test it, tweak it, and don't forget to look up, because your walls and ceilings are just waiting to be put to work. No one likes to stay in the dark at a very unexpected hour, so knowing your power needs is a must. What you should do instead: calculate your real power usage. Before you dive into buying solar panels, batteries, or that fancy off-grid setup, take a deep breath and do the math. Seriously, most people wildly underestimate how much power they actually use. Like, we're talking 2 to 3 times off. You think your setup is good to go, and then bam, your fridge dies in the middle of the night. Your phone's dead and your lights are out. So what do? Start with a simple list. Write down every single thing you plan to power: your fridge, your laptop, your lights, fans, phone chargers, even that cute little espresso machine you swore you couldn't live without. Then look up the actual wattage for each one. Multiply that by the number of hours you'll use it each day, and suddenly your small needs start looking a lot bigger. Add it all up, now you've got your real baseline, not a guesstimate, but a number you can work with. Trust us, this one step can save you so much hassle and money down the road. Solar versus alternator charging. Okay, so now that you know how much juice you need, let's talk about where it's coming from. Everyone loves to romanticize solar. It's clean, quiet, and looks super sleek on your roof, but here's the truth. It only works when the sun shows up. Sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people rely only on solar and then find themselves totally drained after 3 cloudy days in a row. If you're parking under trees, hanging out in the mountains, or just living in a place that's not California's sunny 24/7, solar might not cut it. That's where alternator charging comes in. When your vehicle's engine runs, your alternator can pump your power into your batteries. Combine that with solar, and now you've got a dual system that keeps you going whether it's sunny, cloudy, or you're parked in a Walmart lot for the 5th day in a row. It's all about having options. Backup power plan. Let's be real. Stuff happens. Batteries fail. Solar gets blocked. You forget to plug in. That's why you always need a plan B. And no, this isn't overkill, it's just smart. A portable power bank like a Jackery or EcoFlow is a game changer in a pinch. They're compact, reliable, and can charge everything from your phone to your laptop and even a mini fridge if needed. Don't want to rely on lithium? A small gas generator is another option, especially if you're boondocking for extended stretches. Either way, make sure you've got a backup that fits your lifestyle and gear. Emergencies are stressful enough. You don't want to be scrambling for power on top of everything else. Newsflash, the van price tag is just the start. Forget hidden costs and you'll be broke before your first trip. Now, what can you do? Expect these surprise expenses. So, you're jumping into van life. That's exciting. Before you get swept up in the dream of freedom on the open road and spend hours picking out cabinet colors, let's talk about the real costs. Some surprise expenses tend to catch people off guard. One of the big ones is insurance. Depending on your setup and how you're using your van, insurance can easily cost over $1,000 per year. Regular car insurance usually won't cover a full-time van life situation, especially if your rig is custom built. Then there's maintenance. This isn't just a maybe, it's a guarantee. Tires wear out, oil needs changing, brakes need replacing, and occasionally things just break. You'll also run into campground fees. Yes, there are free spots out there, and finding them is part of the fun, but they aren't always available when or where you need them. In some areas, you'll have to pay for a legal and safe place to park, especially if you need amenities like water, power, or a shower. These costs can add up fast, so it's better to be ready. Build a realistic budget. It's easy to get caught up in the van itself and forget everything else, but your budget should reflect the full picture. Start with the cost of the van and the materials you'll need for the build. That's just the beginning. You'll also need to account for tools, registration, insurance, and an emergency fund. That emergency fund is key. Things will go wrong at some point, and it helps to be prepared. A good rule of thumb is to add 20% to whatever total you come up with. That extra cushion is your safety net for the oh no moments, like a surprise mechanical issue or needing to replace your solar setup on the road. DIY versus professional build. There's a lot of pride in doing it yourself, and if you're handy, it can be a rewarding experience. But be honest with yourself. If you're not comfortable with tools, wiring, or plumbing, then a full DIY build can quickly become frustrating and expensive. Mistakes can cost you time, money, and even safety. In those cases, hiring a professional builder might be a smarter move. Yes, the upfront cost is higher, but it often leads to a safer, more functional space that's ready to go. Plus, you won't have to spend every weekend watching tutorial videos and trying to fix things you didn't know you could break. In the end, preparation is what makes van life sustainable. Plan for more than just the fun parts. Be realistic about your budget, your skills, and the hidden cost. With the right expectations, the freedom of van life becomes a lot more enjoyable and way less stressful. Van life is amazing, but only if you avoid these pitfalls. Want more? Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next video on Nomadic Tracks.